Alright guys, so Six is here. We just want to go over this video involving my master ranked deck list that I've been operating with, involving Exodia. Exodia has been the deck that I've been having the most success by a long shot with. So let's go by card real quick for it. We're running the right leg, right arm, left arm, and then the Exodia the Forbidden one, as well as one Labordrite. Yep, this guy. 2 Maxis, 3 Ash Blossoms, 2 Molcharme Fualas, 3 Primite Dragon Ether Barrel, 3 Artifact Lancia, 3 Shield of the Millennium Dynasty, 1 Bestial Magma Hut, 1 Golem that guards the Millennium. We are running 2 Chaos Hunters, 2 Fantastical Dragon Phantasmes, 3 of the Sanguine Wakes from the Millennium. The main reason for this is one of our starters. This is our, these are super good, especially with how prevalent links are right now. The amount of draws you can get into other hand traps, or get closer to your Lancias, or even get towards our Onks, the better. As I mentioned, Sangenjin is our primary source to get towards either another Heart of the Blue-Eyes, which typically we'll just run with. We'll typically go for that to get our life 2 low, depends on our hand. We're running 2 Nibiru the Primal Being, 1 Triple Tactics Talent, 3 Millennium Onks, 2 Wenju Temples, 3 Primite Lordy Load, 3 of the Super Polymerization, 1 Primite Drill Beam, 2 Infinite Impermanence, 2 Exodia Fires of Rage, jeez, almost said Revenge, 2 Imperial Iron Walls, as it just auto wins against Maliss and even Crystron to an extent, 3 Soul Drain, because we don't really need our graveyard outside of Heart of the Blue-Eyes, and it also just completely kills Maliss entirely. This deck's like the best thing you can play to have consistent, well, near consistent wins against Maliss. We're running 1 There Can Only Be One, because majority of our types are only singular. It allows us to play There Can Only Be One, which also completely stops Maliss entirely. We're running 1 Angel Statue as a rune, which allows us to protect ourselves against Nightmare Cerberus, as well as Nightmare Phoenix, to keep our pressure going. For our extra deck, the majority of this is usable. I'll walk through which ones you could scrap and it'd be totally fine. We are on Mud Dragon. These 5 cards here. These 5 are all Super Polymerization targets. This is the best one versus Maliss, as they tend to end on Apo and a Cyburst monster. So that alone just removes their entire board. And they have a few more just in case. We run 1 Doom Dragon because it helps us push interactions, as well as allows us to kind of get our Heart of the Eyes of Blue into the graveyard if we have to set in the back row, because we've used the other interactions off the temple. We have 1 Baron de Flor because if we open literally none of our Millennium, but we have a barrel of Ether Barrel, you can normal it, go Lordy Load, add Drill Beam, special out Labordrite Dragon from the Lordy Load, and then make Baron. So, you have that avenue. If you have a level 5, like the Shield as well as Labordrite, you can make a Psychic End Punisher. Not really that necessary. You could cut Psychic End Punisher. It wouldn't really make that difference in terms of climbing to Master with this deck. Typhon, he's a GOAT. He's one of the best cards out there in my opinion. Definitely keep him. Erratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. This is another option, so you can do the barrel to Labordrite. If you've already used Baron, you can go into a Seals instead, or you probably would typically want to do that so you can at least get a normal on field, or get the Bestial Magma Hut out, or the barrel, so that way your Drill Beam would be live. You can see 2 interactions as opposed to 1. You could gander on that depending on how you're feeling about the situation. We have 1 IP Masquerade, you could cut this. SP Knight, you could cut this. Silhouette Rabbit, though, I would keep this. Silhouette Rabbit is how we set our Azarune. You can use 2 Millennium, or you can use the Barrel Dragon and something else on board to go into it to set the Azarune before we summon our Exodia. Because we're running 2 of the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. And this shuffles any non-Millennium card back into the deck. So we would go make our Silhouette Rabbit before we would need to use this. Just throw it out there so you're aware of it. This would be your intended usage of it. But yeah, that's the deck list. This deck list has got me to Master quite smoothly. It's one of the easiest Master climbs I've genuinely ever had. So definitely recommend this deck list. I will talk with y'all soon. Let's go ahead and go over a couple replays real quick, and then we will just have a replay showcase. This deck's really simple to navigate. I don't need to really take you through any combo guides because it's really that simple. All right, let's come on over to there. All right, so we're cutting to our first replay here, and we'll actually we're showcasing this after the deck list, of course. So he chose to go second. In our hand, as you see here, we have Heart of the Eyes of Blue, a Super Poly, Imperial Iron Wall, Maxi, and Droll. What we're going to do here in this instance is we'll just activate Heart of the Eyes of Blue. Is he going to have a response? No, he didn't have a response, so we just grab Ankh. This one would have been a rough hand if he had an Ash Blossom, but we just go ahead and reveal our 5 pieces. Get Exodia, which Exodia in this circumstance, this is 3 disruption just from this one card alone. We have the Shuffle, I believe it is. It's Shuffle. Let me verify real quick here. So, yeah, let's see. Oh, no, you just send it to the graveyard. My bad. So, yeah, you send it to the graveyard and then special summon it. Not a problem. So, they go to activate Gold Sark. We respond with Imperial Iron Wall. This will stop the Gold Sark from resolving. They do Droplet to send it. Because they did that, we can actually respond with Exod because they didn't send a monster. So, we do that to negate it. And we send Maxi. So, we want to get that out there early. They do Ash that. So they drew into Ash, I presume. Or they were just saying it for their turn, one of the 2 options. So they go about doing that. This is fine. We're not worried about this. We've negated everything so far. As mentioned, we still have a board wipe. We still have a Super Poly. In this instance, this is where the fact we tech in so many board breakers helps us out. We could blow up their entire field. That's an option. We have Super Poly. Obviously is an option. But one thing we will do in this instance is we will proceed to let them summon. They're activating Droplet again, which I think they were just planning on doing that because I don't think they intended for us to really clear them in this instance. So they get up Hydra, and Hydra is of course going to let them search out the Sangan summoning is what they did. They were testing to see if we had some sort of disruption for that. We go ahead and use Exiled Rage. They have Sangan Kaiman. Totally fine. They add Fadra to hand, summon it out. Then they use Fadra's effect to bring back the Chandra, but there's one big problem. We still have Super Poly. So we just Super Poly, pitch it, fuse away their 2 cards there, and we make our own Garura. This is 10,000 damage on our board, and they got nothing left. Super simple, just completely clears the field on that. Let's see if we can find a Maliss one real quick. Oh, it's actually our next replay. We'll actually just show that one. So for our next replay, this one's against Maliss, so we can kind of get a good idea of how Maliss feels to play against with Exodia. As I said, though, this is genuinely like my favorite deck to play against it. I enjoy this interaction the most. We are going first against Maliss. Our hand's not even that crazy. We don't have any blowout cards like Lancia. We don't have any, like, of course they maxi us, whatever, in this instance. I let it resolve, even though we do have Called By, because I'd rather maxi on their turn. So we have Exodia's, the Ankh. So we use Ankh because we're under Maxi. We're just going to give them a 1 draw. So we got 3 disruptions off the 1 draw. So, well, we have 3 in total from it. So we set it. We have Called By. We accept Exod. So we have a board wipe, a spell trap negate, and then if they summon anything level 8 or higher or have 3,000 more attack, we can send to grave. So then we Maxi. They use Cross Out. We go to negate Cross Out. And we do. So we want our Maxi to resolve. It's a lot of pressure for them. So they summon out White Rabbit. They set White Rabbit's trap to TB11. And then they link it off into a Linkaribo. Which is good. Linkaribo is very strong here. So they draw and Lockbird us. We are going to Called By the Grave that because we are not going to stop them from letting us get our draws. So we negate the draw and Lockbird. And then they go Maliss in the Underground. They banish the Dormouse. Dormouse then summons itself onto the field. We draw into a Super Poly for follow-up, which is not too shabby. Keep in mind, we still have 2 negates on board. So then they link off into a Splash Mage. We're still drawn. Splash Mage uses its effect. They link off again into a Red Ransom. I think this is the one where they actually just get frustrated and realize they don't really have a way to stop Exodia. I wonder if this is the one. We'll see. So they banish the red ransom for TB11. Okay, red ransom. Summon out the March Hare. Red ransom's going to trigger. Summon itself and then banish a Cyberse from the deck. Of course, we haven't drawn anything we can really use here. I did eventually cut the lava golems. This is an older build, slightly, but same principle. So they go for Whitebinder. With Whitebinder summon, we actually draw Lancia, which is unfortunate for them because we can now just Lancia this late into the game is brutal for them. Like, genuinely brutal for them. This Whitebinder's effect's one of the most important for Maliss, and at this point they draw it. So it's not the greatest replay, it's more of a maxi win, but that's all good here. We're just trying to showcase what Exodia can do, because we run so many tech cards. We have so many options strictly because of Maliss and ways to counter Maliss. They're just going to keep sending us through them, you know. At this point, they still don't have a way to deal with Exodia, so they just scoop. We haven't used 2 of our effects yet that could easily still have won us the game. We haven't board wiped them yet. We didn't even use our Exodia monster in the grave, our Millennium with Eyes of Blue. And that's just it. It's just that simple. It's super good. It can just win games off such a little pressure. As long as you're patient, the deck does incredible work. Let's go ahead and just show you guys the rest of the replays. I hope you guys enjoy this. I greatly appreciate all your time. Just remember, we have the Salad Cup Tournament number 3 coming up. I love y'all. Take care. Talk to you soon.
jaw when you run like an angel and esoteric, if your body cries. Serious to Mars, you floating ocean planets covered up.